On Wednesday, we had a very interesting hearing on in the Senate Budget Committee, and I'm the ranking member there, and that dealt with the issue of the Social Security Disability Program. I think, as many listeners know, Social Security has two major programs. The largest one by far is for older Americans. That's what most people think of when they think of Social Security. But there's another significant program that impacts about 11 million people, which is the program for people with disabilities. What is happening now is that next year there's going to be a shortfall in the disability fund. The fact that there's a shortfall in one or another funds is not unusual. It's happened 11 times in the last few decades. And what we have always done when there has been a shortfall is there's been a shift of money from one of the funds to the other funds, because all of the money comes from the same source, the 6.2% that people pay on their payroll tax. On the very first day of the House of Representatives meeting, when they began their new congressional session, the Republicans decided to do something a little bit differently, and they said, no, we're going to make it harder to shift money, and the result of that will be, if we don't shift the money, a 19% reduction in funds for people with disabilities in America. And that would be an absolute tragedy, because right now, the average benefit for somebody in the disability program is a little bit less than $14,000, and if a 19% decrease took place, those people would be trying to live on $11,324. So imagine yourself as somebody who's paralyzed, somebody who's an amputee, somebody who has severe disability, trying to get by on less than $12,000 a year. It is, to say the least, very, very difficult. So what we are going to do is demand that the Congress do what the President has proposed, what has been done 11 times before, shift money from one of the funds, in this case the Older Americans Fund, the Retirement Fund, into the Disability Fund. But more importantly, we have to understand that Social Security today can pay out all benefits for the next 18 years and has a $2.8 trillion surplus. It's the Social Security Trust Fund. But we have got to extend that longer, and that is why we have to lift the cap, which is now on $118,000. You do that, we can extend the Social Security Trust Fund for decades more, and we can expand benefits, Tom, and that's something that we're going to work hard to try to do.
But, Senator, that would mean that people who make millions of dollars a year would have to pay the same payroll tax that ordinary working people do. Republicans would never go for that.
Well, you're probably right, given the fact that the Koch brothers and other billionaires largely finance what these guys do. It will be a tough fight, but I think that's what the American people want. Yeah. What has happened in recent years, and this is an interesting point that I was not fully aware of until recently, is when we talk about the massive level of income and wealth inequality in America, we say, well, yeah, wages have gone down for ordinary Americans. More people living in poverty, and the rich are getting much richer. That's not good. But what people don't realize, this has significantly impacted Social Security as well. If we had the same distribution of income today that we had in 1983, Social Security would have more than $1 trillion in there, $1 trillion more in the trust fund, would pay out benefits for another 20 years on top of the 18 we already have.
Wow.
So what's happened, which you can understand, if somebody under normal circumstances, economic growth, had seen their income, say, go from $50,000 to $65,000, that means they're contributing more into the Social Security Trust Fund.
Right.
But if their incomes went over a period of years from $50,000 to $48,000, they're not contributing more. Furthermore, as the rich get richer, many of them go on top of the maximum taxability level, which is now at $118,000, and they're not contributing more into the system. The result is that Social Security has lost over $1 trillion in income, in revenue, which could pay out benefits for another 20 years. It's an interesting point.
Amazing. All because of Reaganomics.
Yeah.
What else?
The other issue that's, I think, on people's mind, and by the way, the President was absolutely right in his budget. He said, look, let's do what's done 11 times. Not a big deal. It's never been controversial. We'll just shift money from one fund to the other, and that's that. But that's not where the Republicans appear to be coming from.